Welcome to the Riot podcast for Friday, May 13th. Ooh, the 13th.
Oh, we didn't spend too much of the morning focusing on the spookiness of the day.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't really, did we? We talked about horror movies briefly. That's not even in the podcast, so.
So you guys don't even get that?
Yeah, you don't even get. All you can
might as well not even be Friday the 13th.
It might as well not.
We didn't even celebrate.
What, are you superstitious, Isaiah?
Am I superstitious?
Yeah, does Friday the 13th mean anything to you?
See, I don't think it means much to me. I feel like I have pretty good karma, so in that area, I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, you're so humble.
See, and it's not, and I will tell you, it's not because of my doings, but my grandmother is such a good person that it just trickles down to me, and so I'm just using all of her good
have to
karma.
make some really bad choices.
Everyone has a better grandmother or someone above them that is helping.
Are either of you guys getting a Friday the 13th tattoo? Heard some people talking about
what?
that in my life.
No.
That's a thing people do?
Yeah, some places, I've heard some places do it for free if you incorporate
Something
a
into
13
it.
into
Spooky?
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or some places will just offer a discount on any tattoo for Friday the 13th.
Wow, why is that? Just because it's, I don't get that.
Because it's supposed to be about making like bad decisions in a way, or like tempting fate.
Well, what's wrong with
I don't know.
tattoos, Hudson?
I don't know. That's just
Keep
that's
talking.
that's just the
Yeah,
old
keep it up.
That's just the old adage.
We
of
talk about
tattoos.
Krispy Kreme is doing for not Friday the 13th, but they're, oh my gosh, if they gave away 13 donuts,
Yeah.
That'd be
like
so
Baker's
cool.
They couldn't
dozen.
do that because people would be too afraid.
Oh my gosh. But
cool.
you
That
know
would be
how
tempting fate.
Krispy Kreme does that to get promotion and get talked about. Tattoo places need promotion as well.
Yeah.
So it's a fun thing to do on it.
I think it's just a kind of
13th.
about maybe it's a little outdated now because tattoos are so commonplace, but it's a little bit about living on the edge. Friday the 13th, again, tempting fate. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can see that, I guess. I guess in that way they do kind of intertwine a little bit. But yeah, not really too worried about Friday the 13th. In my neck of the
not
woods,
with
I'm
your
feeling pretty good.
grandmother here.
My grandmother, yeah, she's holding on for me, so my karma is at an all-time high right now.
I like how karma is supposed to be just about like the outer, like just doing well, but just bonus points, bragging
Yes.
points,
Yeah,
things like
right.
that. And you're not supposed to technically be be bragging about karma points because in itself that's the reverse of the
Right.
karma
Yes,
stuff.
exactly.
But you're like, no, I'm great.
I got great karma. Not for me, but I've got some good karma trickling down from the top.
I'm glad you're set.
Isaiah, that explains all of his bad behavior because he just thinks because his grandma's so good, he can get away with it.
Exactly. So no matter what I say and what I do, I know that I still got that good karma supporting me.
Yeah, your grandmother's worried. So.
Yes, I'm bleeding her dry. Unfortunately, hers is running out.
Is she still with us?
Yes, she
Okay,
is.
good. I just
She's
wanna make
cruising
sure.
along.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Want to double check, but
Not if you keep using up all her karma.
I know, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, has anything bad happened to Grandma recently? I don't think so.
Grammy, how are you doing?
Yeah, well, she's holding in there, All the three of us, me and my brothers, are just like taking all of her karma away. So, but yeah, Friday the 13th. Now I didn't even realize because there was nobody really talked about it all this week. And then this morning when I woke up, I was going through the prep for the show and stuff, and then I saw that it was the 13th. I was like, I didn't even really hear about that at all this week.
That's because for a lot of people, every day is just bad.
I know, exactly. For everybody, we're just like, oh, well, another day.
Well, here's another day. We just add something else to it.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we talked about today on the show, we talked about how men who are bald, I guess this wouldn't be considered an L for them. This is actually probably a win.
Yeah.
As we usually talk about how rough it is. Now that's one of the things that a lot of men fear. But now, if you are bald, you could get some sort of compensation out of it if someone starts calling you out for it.
And
Well, if your employer, let's hang on there. If your employer harasses you about
Yeah.
it makes it difficult, I think.
employer or maybe coworker, perhaps.
A friend.
Can you sue a friend for sexual harassment?
I think you can sue anybody for sexual harassment, can't you? It's against
I
the
don't
law.
know. But what is harassing though?
Wow, we're not doing this.
Are you saying
We're
what
not
is
doing
harassing
this.
between friends?
Hudson goes, what's sexual harassment for your buddies? That's
just-
still a thing.
I don't know. I just think the employer
pass.
plays a role in it when it happens in the workplace versus just if it's just two random
No,
people.
I understand what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I take sexual harassment very seriously, but
I can't. Are we done?
near the end.
Hold on, I wanted to say Nikki.
Yes.
Isaiah and I talked about a story about baldness while you were gone.
Yeah.
That it basically said that if you were bald, you had a higher IQ and likely had more money. Like you made
yeah,
a
I remember
higher
that.
salary. So I said, I think that us people with hair are getting discriminated against.
Oh.
Because there's a wage gap between the haired and the bald.
That's interesting.
And so I don't know. I don't know how that all evens out. They can deal with the harassment because they're making more money.
I need more data on all that to be able to come up with a reason or a thought on that.
Yeah, more of an opinion if you give me like an Excel spreadsheet.
We'll share the study.
Yeah, do you think I'd look smarter if I was bald?
I don't think there's anything to make you look smarter.
It depends because,
Because of my voice or is that
it's a hairstyle too.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, if you just choose to have that look.
I think you should go with a shaved head.
You think I could pull it off? I feel like my head's a little bit too skinny.
I don't know. We don't know until we see all of it.
Well, I've been asking the same thing out of you, I guess.
Guys, watch it. We don't want to.
But
I know.
Didn't I show you the picture of when I got a shaved head because I lost a bet?
Yeah, you looked incredible.
I looked horrible. That's the worst picture that's ever been taken of me.
It's one of my favorites on it.
And I've intentionally taken bad pictures that weren't as bad as that.
Which is that good.
But yeah, that's what we talked about today on the show.
Well, I guess enjoy your weekend. And enjoy your weekend.
Best of karma to you.
Yeah.
Hopefully your Friday the 13th goes well.
Hope
Enjoy
your grandma
your day.
was really well behaved.
Yep, hope she's still holding in there for you.
Make sure you text us and say hi at 877-2-RADIO-U or join us at Radio U Riot on our Facebook or our YouTube channel and be getting notifications and subscribe while you're there.
It is the Riot.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the Riot.
So, Nikki, I'm sure you've seen this. It's probably in Isaiah's news today that the stock market is going down, the economy is struggling, and on top of all of that, even more so than the stock market plunging, crypto is going through the floor.
Yeah, I saw a lot of reports on that.
It is crashing and crashing fast. So a lot of people are freaking out about that, including people that are Coinbase users. That's possibly, I don't know. It's definitely up there for one of the most used Coinbase crypto wallets.
Outside of Coinbase seems, I'm just going to throw this, more reputable.
Yes, sure.
Out of so many of them, even though reputable is a stronger word than maybe you feel.
Yeah. So Coinbase is, or I guess let me put it this way: users of Coinbase are being warned. If you use Coinbase and you have crypto on there in a crypto wallet, you're being warned that you might want to move it off-site.
Oh, off Coinbase?
Which you can have apparently your own physical a hardware wallet. It's basically like a little thumb drive that you could keep your crypto on, and then you'd still have that, whatever the heck that means, and then. When crypto hopefully one day goes up, you'll still have it. Because the problem is, Coinbase has said, they say in the unlikely event that they go bankrupt.
Which means it's likely.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen the price, it's plunging. So that can't be good for Coinbase.
So if you have it on there and it goes bankrupt, then your stuff's gone.
They say that they disclosed earlier this week it could absorb users' crypto if it goes bankrupt.
That's not good.
Yeah, so you don't want to have that. So I mean, this is a crazy situation. I feel bad for the people that have big investments in the crypto because it's just, I mean, you have nothing now. Bitcoin has stayed more stable. Well, I didn't even want to say that. It's still much higher than the others, but it's still gone way, way down. If you have any kind of significant money invested in that, it's just a mess right now.
So if you have any Bitcoin, you should go ahead and try to store it on a hardware storage.
Right.
That's the best way to, and the most secure way to store it in case something happens and they come after to borrow your cryptocurrency to pay off a bankruptcy.
To put it into real world terms that everybody else would understand, it's like if you had your money in a bank and then the bank disappeared and kept your money. Yeah, then that's kind of what could happen here with Coinbase. So I don't know how likely that is. But, man, better safe than sorry if you want to have any money left.
So they say even if you have Bitcoin, it can be confiscated as collateral if they ever go bankrupt. So they could do that if you don't have a hardware wallet.
But I guess the irony of the situation is everybody withdrawing their crypto from Coinbase would probably make Coinbase more likely to go bankrupt.
Well, at that point, though, it's for every man for themselves.
Yeah, right.
You want to make sure you grab whatever you have.
Don't put Coinbase's interest before your own.
No. You need to make sure you get all your stuff safe and secure so you have something after
Exactly.
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
This is crazy. In the UK, We have a new court case. A man took his former employer, before a tribunal of judges.
Is that like a jury trial?
I think so. I think it's kind of like Judge
Tribunal
Judy.
is a harsh word.
Yeah, it makes it sound scary. I think it's just like the way the story is presented, it kind of sounds like Judge Judy, but with more than one judge.
Gotcha.
And so they have to agree or whatever. But this guy, he took his former employer, who he worked for 24 years. He took them to court because he believed he was wrongfully terminated and harassed at work.
For what?
He was harassed for being bald.
Oh, really?
He alleged that comments were made about his baldness, his bald head, that crossed the line. And then get a load of this. The tribunal of judges ruled in his favor. They basically said that commenting on a man's baldness is equal to or comparative to sexual harassment.
Really?
It's like commenting on a woman's breasts.
So I will say that there's things that I believe the employers were saying that we will not repeat.
Oh, they sound horrible.
So
Horrible,
I think
for
it was
sure.
more than
These are wild.
Yeah.
I didn't even read those
it's the
till
UK,
now.
It's a little different. They have a wide vocabulary
What is that
there.
word?
Really?
Yeah.
So I don't even know what that means.
There's 4-letter words crossed out that we don't
I
even
can't even-
understand.
I feel
I'm trying to wordle these right now, and I can't even figure it out.
I feel like the sexual harassment, like calling him bald, is like the top, and there's many things that we should also not say to each other.
For sure.
That was lower than that. But he says he believes he was a victim of sexual harassment, since baldness tends to be something that guys mostly experience, even though women can too. But they were just saying that it's predominantly leaning towards that, so that's almost a form of sexual harassment towards a guy.
Commenting on something about your nature as a man that is out of your control, just like you could comment on a lot of things about a woman that you're not supposed to. And so they're basically saying, if you comment on a guy's baldness, sexual harassment in the UK.
They said that one of the judges commented that it wasn't just insulting, but it was also harassment at that point. But again, they were saying such other harsher things.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad words in there they were saying towards him. It just raises so many questions for me, because now we look back at all the times that someone commented on somebody else's hair and how serious that is in the UK
Even if
now.
it was someone not saying like about being bald, but just if you made a comment about hair.
Yeah.
How about Will Smith and not looking so bad now, huh?
That, yeah.
What about LeBron James and all the jokes people have made about him?
What do people say about his?
What do you mean? They're always making fun of him because he has a head. Well, I don't want to repeat these comments now and get accused of
He's got a
sexual
receding
harassment.
hairline that people have made fun of him for
does he wear a
years, because he wears a
headband?
headband and just continually moves up and up and up. And it just keeps on going. Now, the only question that I have here is, when is Hudson going to take that hat off? Because we have no idea what's under there still.
I've seen he has so much hair. It probably makes everybody
See, that's what I was worried about. Now all of these comments that you make about me possibly being bald under my hat, can I sue you for them?
No, because I've never seen under
a
there.
good lawyer I can sue you with?
I've never seen under there, so I can't tell if you're bald
But
or
you're
not.
accusing me.
I'm not accusing you
You've
of
never
anything.
seen under women's shirts. You still can't comment
It's
on their
just the
bodies.
mystery, all right? People want to know.
Oh, does this mean we get to be a part of a tribunal? Oh,
Yeah,
my
exactly.
gosh. I get to be the judge.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? I think we all learned this probably when we were little, but maybe we shouldn't comment about anything.
Hey, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. And even if you do have something nice to say, you might not be allowed to say it.
That's right. You never know.
Because it might not feel nice to the other person. Remember
And
that.
I'll tell you, for all these people working at this job at this place this guy worked at, you were not saying nice
No,
things.
definitely
No,
not.
they were not.
Oh,
So
I
this
don't
was-
care if it's sexual harassment or not.
It was just
Inappropriate. Inappropriate. But so there we go.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
We have a new study here. This is really interesting. Just published in Psychology and Marketing. If you'd like to go read it yourself.
If you want the link when done, we'll be happy to send it to you.
Co-authored by Bayes Business School. They were doing some research to find out if other people being around influences your food choices. Now, obviously, if you're all alone, you're probably more likely to dive into an entire bag of Totino's pizza rolls than if you had a bunch of friends around. Well, one, because you'd have to share it with them. Or two, you just would feel some judgment, right?
Sure.
But they kind of took this to another level where they had several hundred adults, and they were all, it looks like they were from a specific couple of universities. And so what they did was they would give people the option of some different food choices, and then have different people sit in with them when they made the food choice.
To see if it changed?
They found, yes. So they found that people that were with somebody of a like if one of us was sitting there and then there was also somebody present observing that was from a different race or, like we said, from a different university, that you would be more likely to choose the healthier snack option. And they attribute that to, if it's somebody that you're not familiar with or like somebody that doesn't fit in with the group that you're used to, you're afraid of them negatively judging you. So you're trying to mitigate their negative judgment by choosing to eat something healthy.
So one of the choices, Isaiah, they were offering, you could get M&Ms or raisins. And they said that when students would offer M&Ms, if there was others around, if there was a presence of other students, then they chose raisins.
No shot. Nobody's picking raisins over M&Ms.
This has to be like scientifically accurate, or like there has to be an explanation because nobody would actually choose
raisins unless it was Raisinets. Then I would take those. They said it was 12% of students.
Wait. You would take Raisinets over M&Ms?
No, but if it had to have something with raisins,
sure,
at least make it Raisinets.
Just wanted to be clear that you would never. M&Ms are still better than Raisinets.
Far superior.
Yeah.
They said that it went from 12% choosing raisins on their own. Then when gathered around people who could judge you, then it went to 31% would change to the raisins.
So if we want Isaiah to eat healthier, we've got to have people around him all the time.
I don't know if that would even work.
I don't think we're enough.
You wouldn't feel the judgment of all of the watching eyes?
I feel like I eat pretty healthy in general, but I would say that people being around does, like, them seeing you eat, it does impact what you would choose to eat, obviously. Because, I mean, if you, the main thing is, like, if you go on a date, obviously you're going to get something different than, like, if I was just with Hudson. Like, at the same time, like, if people see me eating, it's going to be different. But healthy food choices, I don't care. Like, I don't care what you think of me. I really don't.
You don't feel obligated.
You're not going with the raisins?
Like,
I'm never going with the raisins.
If it's your first time at your girlfriend's house meeting her parents or something, you're not going to put vegetables on your plate just because you feel obligated?
I will tell you this right now. I will not do that, actually. But
I guess
will.
they need to be comfortable with the real you.
Yeah, and at the same time, like, I would pick something that's not as messy. Like, I wouldn't get 30 traditional wings for the very first time I'm meeting someone. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like, oh, actually, I think I'll take the salad this time around.
So
I'll get whatever I want.
Isaiah cares about not looking like a slob, but he doesn't care about looking like a child.
Sometimes I think that by choosing the less messy option, like if you are on a date, just by way of the nature of the food, it's usually a healthier option.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it can often be true.
Yeah, it sometimes gets confused.
Because what's the most messy things to eat? Wings, pasta.
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
They're supposed to be the ones that aren't messy.
Just teasing.
I guess raisins aren't very messy
compared to the raisins.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's something to learn from this. I definitely feel this. If it's just me or if it's some people that I'm very comfortable with, I'll order the most unhealthy stuff.
You'll have whatever you want.
For us, we don't eat anything healthy here on the show. But if I was with, like the first few RadioU staff lunches, would I get something that maybe a little healthier than, or a side that I wouldn't normally get, just so that I feel like I'm an adult that's making better choices in front of other people, so I seem mature? Maybe. But I just always want to feel
maybe. Not even a yes. Maybe. Would I want to seem like an adult making better choices? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Not even a hard yes.
But I don't think it's influenced by wanting to be healthier. I think it's just, or wanting to seem healthier. It's just influenced by wanting to seem more like a grown-up.
You're too worried about looking like a grown-up, Hudson. It's way more fun to make any decision you want.
I've always wanted to be to feel like a grown-up, to have people see me as a grown-up. One day I'll get there.
This is RadioU's Worst of the Riot.
You guys been keeping up on the NBA playoffs, Nikki?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't gotten to talk about that with you for a while.
Aren't we done yet?
Oh, no. We're like halfway.
I know. I think I remember Googling it last time. I think playoffs go to like definitely the end of June.
Yeah. So, we're about halfway through. In fact, we're about to hit the actual halfway point. of the playoffs. So
until June 19th.
yeah, last night, Isaiah's pick to make the Eastern Conference Finals was eliminated. The Philadelphia 76ers.
Darn.
Yeah.
Do you care as much
Yeesh.
compared to like football picks, or is it just you picked a team?
I think for as long as it's not my team, I don't care as
Yeah.
much. Like if it was the Browns or if it was the Cavs, then I'd be really sad. But since it's just the team I thought was gonna go all the way, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, for the NBA, I since I don't have a team, I cheer for being right more than anything, and I usually cheer for that in anything where I don't have a fan perspective. I just
Sure.
always want to be right.
Of
It feels so
course.
good to be smarter
You want
than
to pick
everybody
the right
else.
team.
Yeah, so the Sixers are out. Now, something that interesting that happened last night is that as the Miami Heat, their star players Jimmy Butler, he was chanting after he won the game. He yelled, "Tobias Harris over me." Did you remember this, Isaiah? That Jimmy Butler played for the 76ers? I completely forgot until this. And
Well, he did not.
yeah, he did not. And so it was a little bit of a rivalry. And Tobias Harris
Is he on
a
the-
fine player. He's still on the team.
Yeah, he's kind of who they replaced Jimmy with.
They
I see.
signed him once Jimmy Butler had left, and so hasn't worked out that well, has it?
I like seeing grown-ups who are, in a team, have a job at least,
Yeah.
get paid lots of money, still have a little anger.
Yeah, they still got a chip on their shoulder,
Yeah,
right?
still have a problem with all of it.
So now tonight, and last night the Isaiah's other finals pick, the Dallas Mavericks, did force a Game 7. So we've got Mavericks Suns Game 7. That is what, tomorrow?
That is probably tomorrow.
Probably
yeah.
tomorrow, and then tonight we get to find out if the Bucks and Celtics and the
That was my pick.
That's your pick. They could be eliminated tonight too,
Why do you? Okay.
or they could force a Game 7.
Do you hear how negative you are?
I know. Do you hear that?
Because you said they could be eliminated.
Eliminated?
Why don't you say they could advance?
They can't advance tonight.
Well, they can advance
They
to
can
a
force
game
a Game 7. Yeah,
So
They could win tonight.
I
their
really
backs
need
are
you-
against the wall.
No, stop! I need you to change.
They're on the brink
Oh,
of this.
I need you to change your negative Celtic outlook.
Okay.
And just start phrasing it in a more
All right, I'll
positive
put it in
way.
a positive way.
Like my pick is going to move on.
There's
And not
how
in
about
a
this?
losing
There's a
way.
potential that they could go home and get some rest and relaxation after
Or
tonight.
go all the way. They could also go all the way.
They could go all the way, and
Okay,
then the
next
Warriors.
time I want Isaiah to tell me what's going on and not you.
Well, if you want to hear the real negative, it's that the Warriors play the Grizzlies tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the chance for that to either end with the Warriors going to the conference finals or the Grizzlies to force a Game 7. But the sad thing about this playoffs is that Ja Morant is the star for the Grizzlies. And it looks like he's not going to play, even if they keep winning. He won't be able to play the rest of the playoffs. And
Is
he's
he
really fun to
hurt?
watch. Yeah, he has a bone bruise.
Ooh.
And it's weird. Don't you guys? I don't know. It's weird to question athletes, but don't you think that's a weird injury that, like, it's the playoffs?
Oh, you think it's not big enough
Oh,
of
you
an
think,
energy?
you think he's faking it?
I don't think he's faking it. I just don't know. Like, how-
Reckless
listen.
speculation.
yeah.
A bone bruise is a type of traumatic injury, less severe than a bone fracture, but it causes blood and fluid to build up around your injured bone.
yeah.
You get pain, swelling, and a change in color of the injured area.
It's one of those things.
It's a bruise. He's getting
Yeah.
a bruise.
A heavy bruise.
I don't know. You can't question. Obviously, it's the playoffs. You think he would play if he was able to, but it's just weird that usually if it's an injury keeping you out, it's because it could get worse.
Yeah.
And impact you long term. Not unless it's just such amazing severe pain. So it must be, I would think, a lot of pain because a bone bruise. What can it get worse? You get more bruised.
Seems like it could, but maybe he wants to save himself for any other games.
Yeah, maybe that. Hopefully, I still hope for the Grizzlies to get to continue on. So, and maybe, just maybe he'll be able to make it back at some point.
So is the Grizzlies tonight?
Yeah, you think we're
Yeah.
getting Game 7?
Of Grizzlies Warriors?
Yeah.
No, I don't
You think we're getting
so.
Game 7 of Bucks Celtics?
Yes.
I do
Oh,
not.
thank you.
The
Thanks
Bucks-
for saying that.
Yeah.
Thinking that's tonight?
Yeah,
Goodness.
you can't miss it.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
We just got a story sent in to us by a listener by the name of Lisa. This is amazing. It comes out of Tennessee, where a couple they woke up with a dog in their bed. They woke up cuddling a dog.
Yeah, it wasn't theirs though.
Yeah, they say it's normal. They have 3 dogs, so that's
Yeah.
why that didn't, I guess, wake them up when the dog hopped into bed and started snuggling with them. But then when they actually did wake up, they realized This is not a dog I've ever seen before.
It is so cute because they, have 3 other dogs on their own, and they were surprised that no one, dog-wise, alerted them to the new one.
That is strange, isn't it?
Well, it just depends on if everybody was sleeping and the dog walked in. They think they left a back door open. They should be more concerned about that.
Yeah, right. That's feels like a security concern.
It does. But the dog walked in and just made its way into bed to spend the night.
And it is a cute dog. Apparently, we find out later that the dog's name is Nala. She got up into bed, started snuggling with him. They post the pictures on Facebook to try to see, hey, does anybody know where this dog came from? And fortunately, it did not take long for the dog's rightful owner to show up at the house and claim what they learned to be Nala. And so Nala has found her way back to her home. She wandered 2 miles that night when she had escaped.
Well, you're looking for a place to rest.
Yeah. Then so the what is this? The Johnston's house. The Johnson's house was the first place that she finally decided this was safe enough. Maybe she had been going to every house on the block, trying to nudge the door
looking
open.
For a door open.
Yeah, just looking for anywhere. But it's a really cute story because now they say that as we mentioned, this couple has 3 dogs. Nala recently was brought over by her owner for a play date.
And they said that they would have actually kept the dog if it was a stray.
Yeah.
But because it already had a home, the mom came over, the doggy mom came over and took them. But yeah, they can still play.
It's so sweet that the dog not only found a home to go into,
but found friends.
and went into the bed. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. It makes me think you just have no idea what your dog would do if it escaped. I don't know. My dog, Sophia, if she got out, I imagine that she would just stand by our front door or whatever and just whine.
Wait.
And wait. I don't think she would go far, but I mean, who knows? If it's the middle of the night, unless she's chasing a skunk or something, she's probably not going to go far. But
our
man,
dogs
you
would
just
have
never
fun,
know.
But then they can't. I mean, they've been too domesticated. They can't handle the outside.
Yeah, right.
They can't do it.
So they just
they go into someone's bed.
Yeah, I think. But what do you think though if this happened with your dogs? As in, if a dog came into your house, you think how they would handle it in the middle of the night?
I guess I would have thought that they would have barked too, because I have 3 dogs and they are just obnoxiously, annoyingly loud.
Yeah,
and they're always on alert. But especially if they knew the dog, like if it was a neighborhood dog, they probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, this
unless it's the neighborhood dog Cosby. Gosh, my dogs bark inside my house. They bark when Cosby's at his house 2 doors down barking.
Oh my gosh.
They talk to each other barking, and it's dumb.
See, that's what I think with my dog.
They talk.
She barks at other dogs in the middle of the night if she hears them barking outside.
Yeah.
Forget about if one comes into our bedroom. Sophia is not going to have. I can't imagine, but I don't know. Maybe there's just something about that they just could tell. The dogs in this story, they say they were much the same, where they would bark at really anything. But they must have just known that
the dog
Nala
needed
here
a
was
rest.
it's just a friendly dog that just needed somewhere to snuggle for the night.
I like cute dog stories, and I saw this all over my For You page.
Yeah,
so
super
if
sweet.
If it's a dog, it's a rescue thing. There's a bed. I'm going to see it on TikTok.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Nikki, you have a hot tub.
I do.
Isaiah, our very own, has a new inflatable hot tub he's working with.
But he hasn't set it up yet. I don't
Not
think.
set up, no, but he's working on that for this summer so he can have us all over. But you guys, you're small time. You gotta think bigger. What if you could be
A pool?
What if you could be in a hot tub on a lake?
Have you seen these boats before?
No, I have not.
Maybe it would be, I don't know, I feel like Norway and stuff, or a few countries similar to that.
Okay.
It's very popular to go around, or even in Seattle, they have some of it.
Okay.
You go around in the boats, but in the boat is a hot tub.
Yeah. Is it like a whole boat, though?
It's like a little tugboat looking thing. And then in the middle of it is just a hot tub, and then it's got like a ledge around it.
Now, this one that I'm seeing, this is American made from Lake Tahoe area, is a company called Spacruzy.
Love it.
Spacruzy. And it is, the entire boat is a hot tub.
Yeah, those are awesome.
It is, it's not too big. It's at like the standard hot tub size that you would see if you just went wherever with a hot tub. And then it has a motor on the back, and they say it's easily steered by basically anybody. with a tiller. What is that? What it is? A tiller?
Is that the thing in the back that
I guess.
the flap?
Yeah, where you the handle and you move the motor around. I guess that's what it is. And then
We're not boating, people.
No, we're definitely not. Much more hot tubbing than boating.
Barely even that.
But then they're fully customizable.
Yeah.
So you can get like this one. It just doesn't seem safe to have the entire boat being a hot tub. And then it's got a propane fireplace in it. But they say it's completely fireplace. Completely fireplace. They say it's completely safe.
I'm sure it's fine. How much is it, though? That's the big question.
Well, it depends on
how much is a
custom
spa
you get.
cruisy?
Nikki, it's fully customizable, so it just depends on how big you want to go.
I kind of want a starting price, just so I know if I want to dream about owning a boat, hot tub jacuzzi.
Yeah, I mean, we've got lakes around here you could take this out on.
I don't want to go in those lakes.
What? You wouldn't be in the lake.
Well,
You'd be in the spacuzzi.
I don't want the lake water to splash over into the spa.
It feels like if you were just to buy this for your own self, maintaining a hot tub outside of your backyard is hard enough. Is hard enough. Forget about going down to the dock and adding the water in and getting it up to par for a spacuzzi. It feels like a lot of maintenance. You got to have a lot of time on your hands.
I used to want one of those. What's the other thing? Pontoon boat.
Oh, yeah?
I thought that'd be kind of fun.
That does sound fun.
But then I also don't want to do anything.
Yeah. But, they always say with the boat, the best days of owning a boat are the day you get it and the day you get rid of it.
That's right.
So I wonder if the same applies to the spacuzzi.
This feels expensive.
Yeah, it feels exactly like that.
So if you're interested, it's called a spacuzzi, but they have these in other places that you can kind of just rent if you live near a lake.
Yeah, that feels more appropriate, doesn't it?
Start with that to see if you even like it.
This definitely seems like something that at a vacation spot they would let you rent. So I would definitely think about renting one of those, though. That would be fun.
But not buying.
It would still be expensive, though.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.